Good day, my name is Braden and today I'm going to be showing you how to use the F18S. Now the difference between the F18S as well as the F18 is the fact that the F18S can support ADMS whilst the F18 does not utilize ADMS but can support a card function. Now with this device over here, it's pretty much exactly the same in all other features and functions. So what I'm going to show you is how to essentially use it. So we're going to use the MOK button to go into the menu. As you can see, we're now in the menu. The tamper button is not being held down, so that little message will pop up the first time regardless. So I'm just going to say OK to it, and I'm going to take you into the user management option. So we're going to say new user, ID number is 1, FP we will now enroll, and I'm going to place my finger 3 times. I'm just going to turn the device around so that I can use it. 1, 2, and 3 times with the same finger. So what you do is when this menu pops up, you just have to put the same finger in 3 times until all 3 register and scan properly and it says success. Once that's done, your fingerprint is now on here. So we're going to say OK. It does allow me to input a second finger. It will allow you to put as many fingers as you want onto the same employee until you press the little cancel button over there. Just for this, I'm going to put a second finger on, which will be my thumb. So again, 3 presses directly in the middle firmly. 1, 2, 3, success. So I'm going to say OK, and then I'm going to say cancel at the top. So now you can see it states that I have 2 fingerprints enrolled on this user. I'm going to go down and I'm going to enroll a password as well. You don't have to, it is optional, but I'm just going to do it for the sake of this video. So I'm going to say enroll password. I'm going to make my password 1, OK, and there we go. Now I have a password as well. Then I'm going to go down. I'm going to change it from user to administrator or admin, and I'm going to say OK, and down and OK. It's going to ask if I want to save my changes. I'm going to say yes, and now you'll see it will have ID number 2. For this ID number 2, I'm going to just create them in the meantime. I'm going to say enroll FP, but I'm going to use a different finger, obviously, so it doesn't register my admin fingers. So I'm going to use this one over here. 1, 2, 3, success. I'm going to say OK, and then cancel. This person's only going to have 1 finger, and we're going to go down and say OK. Now I've left them as a user, as you can see. I'm going to say OK and save my changes. I'm going to exit the menu completely, and now I'm going to try and hold the menu button. And now it's not going to take us straight into the menu. It's going to give us admin affirm. So let's take this finger over here, which is my second user, who is not an admin.
Access denied.
And as you can see, that second user who is not an admin cannot use the software or the device. They can't get into the menu to change anything. But if I hold the menu key now, and I get the admin button again, I'm going to use my admin finger. And there we go. Straight back into the menu. So I'm just going to exit that message again. That message won't pop up once the device is actually mounted on the wall, due to the fact that the tamper button will actually be pressed down. So you won't actually really see that, to be honest. The next thing that I'm going to show you is just the comms. Oh, wrong way. So comms, and we're going to go into network. Now, for the IP address, that is going to be specific to your company, and you're going to insert whatever IP address your IT department gives you. Your subnet mask will usually just stay the same and the default. and your gateway again will pertain to your company. Once that's set up, what we can do is we can then connect the device to our software, and essentially you would be able to control the entire device through your software instead of having to go physically to it. So we're going to just exit out of there. Then you'll see there is the web setup. Now the web setup is for our ADMS. As you can see over here on web setup, you have IP mode over here at the top, and you've got space over there to put in your IP address as well as your proxy server over there. The proxy server is 88, and sorry about that. The proxy server is 88, and the rest of the IP address you can get from us. Just make sure that it is in IP mode. From there, you don't really have to worry about any of that anymore. That's only if you are using the device as an ADMS device. That is in the event of if people need to sign in, but they're not actually by you, rather they are by they're at another location, but they still need to sign in. So you can use this device to get the clockings from one location to pull to your location. Sorry, it's exited me out of the menu because I delayed a bit too long there. So we're just going to go back in. In this event, I'm actually going to show you how to access with the password. So we're going to press 1, which was my ID. Say OK. 1, which was my password. OK. And there we go, back in the menu. Next, we're going to go to date and time, just to show you the date and time settings. As you can see, date is 2018. Month is set to the 3rd, day is set to the 15th, but the time is wrong. It's actually set at the moment to, well, it's about 5 to 5 in the evening. So I'm going to set it to the time that I see on my computer currently, which is 10:58, which is correct here, 48, and I'm going to say OK. Perfect. Now it's saved my time settings, and there we go. Now it's set to the correct time on my device. So I'm just going to go back in, use my admin fingerprint. Perfect. So that is the date and time function. There is the DN upload function over here. Now this pertains to the USB slot, which is on your device, which is just over here. Let's open that up so that you can see. And over there you get your USB slot over there, and this little hole just below it is the reset button. So I'm just going to close that for now. Now the DN upload function that we've gone in, that is to download data or upload data, and that is from a flash drive. So essentially what you can do is you can download your clocking data from your from the device, and you can put it onto your computer to read. That's in the event that maybe your network isn't working. But you can also download users to take from this device and put onto another device. And essentially what that allows you to do is, in the event of you not wanting to synchronize your data or not having the license type to synchronize your data, you can pretty much download from here and stick it straight onto another device, and it pretty much just clones it, essentially, just so that everything's a lot easier and a lot faster. The upload function is essentially once you have downloaded that data, you go and you upload it onto the other device, and essentially it creates it. It creates the clone. The auto test you don't need to worry about, neither with the record or the system info. That pretty much handles just the basics of these devices. If you do need any further assistance, you may feel free to contact our support team, and we can take everything from there. Thank you.